Nietzsche famously lost his mind. I hope that wasn't because of his daily routine, because today I'm going to follow it. Nietzsche's routine was famously Spartan. He rose at dawn and prioritized working immediately after waking up, at least when he wasn't felled by headaches and vomiting, as his poor health was a constant problem. After waking up, he washed his face with cold water and drank a cup of warm milk, something that really gives me European vibes. So the similarity is that I'm also a philosopher, well, academic philosopher, so reading and writing in the morning actually aligns with my daily responsibilities. So I sit alone in silence and darkness before the sun woke up, reading and taking notes to my work. In this case, I was reading about phenomenology. We know a lot about his routine from letters, friends' recollections, and journals he kept, especially from his time in the Swiss Alps. And all the informations regarding Nietzsche's daily routine come from the book Friedrich Nietzsche by Curtis Cate. The book is biography of Nietzsche, and it's a great read if you are interested in his life and philosophy. Nietzsche spent much of his life in solitude. For him, mornings were for deep focus, partially because he could concentrate on his work without any interruptions. He practiced this routine during his summers in Sils Maria, which is a peaceful village in the Swiss Alps. And yes, he did have different daily routines, which depended on the time of year and location. And this changeability actually reflects his philosophy. A certain truth relativism, a belief that there is no one universal way to live. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. After his morning reading and writing session around 11 a.m., Nietzsche went on a 2-hour walk, taking his notebook and a pencil to note down any ideas that occurred during the walk. Walking was essential to his thought process. He once said, "All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking." During these walks, he would often stop to write in his notebook, capturing the fleeting, spontaneous insights that came to him on the trail. And I did the same. Maybe it's not summer and not in the Swiss Alps, but autumn forest in Poland also has a unique vibe. Even more melancholic and calm, I presume. And we can see the effect of his walks in some of his works, actually. Near the lake Silvaplana, there is a stone called Zarathustra stone, which stands there to today, where Nietzsche famously get an idea for his book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. The book even starts with words. When Zarathustra was 30 years old, he left his home and the lake of his home and went into the mountains. And later, Zarathustra went down the mountain alone, and no one met him. We can see here a clear similarity between this description and Nietzsche's daily routine. Rather than viewing truth as a fixed, eternal entity, Nietzsche saw it as something created, shaped, and even limited by human perspectives and cultural context. He argued that what we consider truth is often a construct, a product of historical, psychological, and linguistic influences that vary across societies and individuals. Nietzsche famously stated, "There are no facts, only interpretations," highlighting his belief that human understanding is inherently subjective and bound to the perspectives and experiences of those who perceive it. From the land of the cannibals, the solitary is consumed by loneliness. In company, he is eaten by the crowd. Now, choose. Around 1 p.m., Nietzsche would return for a simple lunch. He avoided social gatherings and ate alone, partly because solitude helped him focus, and partly due to his poor digestive health. Nietzsche's meals were light, often just fruits and a bit of meat. In my case, chicken breast and apples together with some potatoes. And after the meal, guess what? Another 2-hour walk. Walking has always been connected to philosophy somehow. From the ancient Greeks to Kant's famously timed strolls. Many philosophers have felt that walking stimulated thought. And even modern research supports this connection. Walking can boost creativity and improve mental clarity. Well, given that it's November and it's getting dark early, I only managed about an hour before calling it quits, because walking in dark to the forest isn't the most pleasant experience you can have. And Nietzsche's solitude is often misunderstood. While yes, he lived alone and he didn't have a long-time partner, he traveled frequently through Europe for his health. He kept up regular correspondence with his friends and other intellectuals, and he enjoyed spending time with students that admired his work. And according to many different letters that survive to today, he could be an incredibly kind person, one that enjoys deep conversations with others. So while he valued solitude, mainly because of maximizing his performance, he didn't avoid people entirely. And in one of the letters he is described as follows: as a man of exquisite sensibility, tactful subtle and of a disarming politeness in his way of thinking and manners towards persons of the fair sex. And if you're curious about a true image of Nietzsche, check out this video of mine, where I present a problem of nihilism in Nietzsche's philosophy. Because no, he wasn't a nihilist, at least not in a classical sense. After the work, he would return home and work until dinner. He would then work some more until he went to bed. He was a night owl, often working late into the night. He would then retire to bed, where he would read until he fell asleep. And he kept a notebook by his bed, as he believed that death's changes and most original thoughts often occurred during the night. So is Nietzsche's routine realistic for normal people? Well, of course not. At least not for those who need to be somewhere around 9 a.m. But there are still valuable things that we can learn from that routine. What I enjoyed most was starting the day with reading and reflection. Well, that's partially my work. So again, it might be not realistic for many people. But there is something powerful about diving into deep thought first thing in the morning. It really sets a reflective tone for the whole day. I would love to make this a habit, but certainly not at 5 a.m., especially not in winter, because sitting alone in the darkness and in total silence is slightly depressing in the morning. And I'm definitely skipping the glass of warm milk in the morning. Coffee for me, thanks. And another thing I loved was the idea of walking for boosting creativity. Actually, I already practice walking, because it's a great way to process thoughts and clear your mind. But maybe not a walk that lasts for 2 hours in the forest. And even short walks can give you energy and new insights, which makes them ideal for problem solving and relaxing, especially if you're working in front of a computer for the majority of your day. And it's best to leave your smartphone at home. You don't need that during your walk. And what I didn't like was the immense solitude, because I didn't socialize with anyone that day. And it might work for Nietzsche, yet we know that he wasn't alone for the whole time. But I think that the most of us needs a balance between alone time and social interactions. Of course, big projects require focus, but socializing also keeps you grounded and energized. So the time spent with other people is a good investment for your creativity and your well-being. And I would certainly add a workout, because walking is not intense enough. So it might be a good way to burn some calories, but it won't really elevate your heartbeat enough. And I think if Nietzsche lived today, he would work out. He would hit the gym. And possibly he wouldn't get crazy, because with today's medicine, his disease most probably could be cured. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, consider giving me a like and a subscription if you want to see more content like this in the future. Also, let me know in the comments section, how do you like content like this? Because I'm constantly trying out new formats for my videos. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.